Tonight for our in-depth coverage, we're taking a look inside the new International Gate and Customs facility under construction right now at Tulsa International Airport. Once finished, it is very likely you and your family and friends could travel nonstop from Tulsa to Mexico or even the Caribbean as early as next year. Tulsa International Airport has been international for years when it comes to cargo and private planes, but soon international will include commercial service.
So you can see kind of the parts and pieces of the baggage claim kind of scattered about as they're setting it up.
Fox 23 was allowed inside the new $41 million Customs and International Gate complex under construction at TIA. Once finished, architect Tyler Sappington with Narrate Design says it will connect to the current terminal and be able to process flights with passengers coming in from foreign countries.
So we are actively in talks with several air carriers. No announcement yet, but we're hopeful that we're able to share some good news with Tulsans.
Stephanie Chester is the marketing director at Tulsa International. She says Tulsa passengers generally prefer nonstop flights, but without driving to a big city hours away, locals can't find many options that don't involve at least one stop.
Our community loves nonstops. They don't like having to connect. So this would be a great opportunity for Tulsans to not have a connection to be able to travel internationally.
Even though right now the project consists mainly of just one gate, here on this flat surface on the second half of the building is where they could easily add on 2 more gates in the future.
Right in front of us is actually set up for another story addition on top of it. So we can actually add a couple gates once the demand comes. So the facility is built for growth.
For customs officials alone, it is a modern upgrade from the box-like building they've been in for years. And with the new control tower also in progress, the airport says all the construction you see will mean another 100 years of local flights.
Definitely the most growth that we're seeing right now, probably in you and I's lifetime for sure. The tower is a monumental project. This new addition, I don't think we've had a new addition to the airport since the 60s or 70s.
Once finished, the new customs facility will have planes coming into them for inspection and processing, instead of immigration agents and officials meeting planes at hangars to finish necessary paperwork. And when it comes to those future commercial flights, the plan is for you to get off the plane, get processed, and get on home.
Generally, the hope is you're just doing an interview and then you're cleared and you're going back to the airport. And then you would even exit out the airport the same way that you typically would.
So when it comes to those nonstop destinations being discussed, we're not talking about you boarding a plane to London or Paris, but let's take a look at some of the likely nonstop places the airport says it is currently speaking to carriers about. Tulsa International Airport and airlines are able to see where passengers are going as destinations to the destinations on their tickets. Now, right now, the top and likely first nonstop route to use this new customs facility, very likely we're talking Cancun, Mexico. The airport says there is a constant and steady demand of people, even now going to Cancun constantly out of Tulsa. Cabo San Lucas is another top destination for Tulsa travelers, and there is also a heavy interest in a Caribbean destination. Something to keep in mind, there are active talks with airlines that already serve Tulsa, as well as international carriers hoping to expand their presence in the U.S. The need is mainly on leisure travelers going on vacation. If you're a regular viewer of In-Depth, you'll remember we had Tulsa International Airport CEO Alexis Higgins on the program earlier this summer, talking about those negotiations happening with carriers to hopefully have something in place ready to go once this facility is finished. Here is what she said. Also keep in mind, Oklahoma City finished its customs facility, and immediately American Airlines announced at least a 1 weekly nonstop flight from Oklahoma City to Cancun. I was going to ask you because we saw down the turnpike, Will Rogers finished something similar to this, and within like a month they announced once a week to Cancun.
Yeah.
Is that the goal, or can you reveal something?
I think absolutely. The airlines have told us for a long time that they're interested in serving Cancun or several destinations in Mexico or the Caribbean from Tulsa. It's just a matter of having the facility ready, which is why you saw that response in Oklahoma City. And what's good for Oklahoma City is good for Tulsa. And I think that those conversations are underway with airlines today, and soon we will hear from airlines or an airline or airlines plural who will announce service. And like what they're experiencing, I don't see us having like daily flights to Mexico today, but we'll start off with a couple times a week probably with service, and ultimately just see how the community responds. And if the community supports the flights, then we'll continue to grow from there.